Hi, SHPE Familia. I'm Esther Gonzalez, the SHPE Scholarship Manager, and I'm excited to be here with you today. It's important that you not lose support from your peers as we continue to finish these terms virtually. I know a lot of us have had to make a lot of changes. Some of us have changed our living situation, and we're definitely changing the way that we are learning. But if you think back to maybe a month or so ago when we were in our classrooms, what you should remember is that sometimes the greatest amount of support that we receive is from our peers and colleagues. And so we want to keep that going. So how do we think about doing that virtually? The first thing is to keep in contact with those study groups, those colleagues that you've built over this time. And the second is to map out how regularly you want to meet with them and what schedule works for them. If you're like me, you may have moved to a different time zone during this time, and so we really want to pick a place and a time. I know some schools, colleges and universities are using Zoom and other platforms, giving those opportunities to students to use. So pick a resource, how you're going to be able to meet, and then a time that works for you. If you usually met with your colleagues to do your homework or study, it's still possible to do that virtually, and so we want to go ahead and be able to do that. The next thing is that we should decide if the group's purpose should shift. You may have got to work together on homework before COVID-19, and so do you just shift by meeting over the phone or video and do the same? There may be bandwidth or time zones that throw a wrench into things now. So talk openly with your group about roadblocks and discuss if the purpose of your meeting or structure needs to shift. And check in with every person individually. Everyone's situation is different today. It's important to assess the group's needs and if they've shifted. I think this is particularly important with maybe informal groups and also formal classroom groups. So a lot of coursework now requires group work. How has that group work shifted? What's still expected of you working together? And how is that going to affect the deliverables that you have for your course? And lastly, check in but stay focused. Many people feel isolated and alone in this new situation, especially given some people's living situations. And if you're not used to being isolated for so long or in one physical space for so long, it can be a daunting experience. So it's important to start meetings with a check-in to see how everyone's doing before proceeding to your purpose. That said, nothing can derail a meeting like drama, so don't let the check-in extend too far. Stay focused so that you will all succeed. As I previously mentioned, I'm the scholarship manager for SHPE, and so I hope that you all take advantage of all of our scholarship opportunities. They're up on our website now. We are extending the deadline due to the COVID-19 transition, especially as it affects education. So we are here for you. Please reach out to us should you ever need anything. Thanks and take care.